Religion and morality are two interwoven concepts that have shaped human civilization for millennia. Religion, broadly defined, encompasses a system of beliefs, practices, and ethical values that often centers around the worship of a higher power or deity. Morality, on the other hand, refers to the principles concerning the distinction between right and wrong, or good and bad. This video passionately argues that religion is not only intertwined with morality, but is a fundamental source of moral guidance, providing frameworks that help individuals and societies distinguish right from wrong. Religion has historically provided a foundation for moral values within societies, influencing legal systems, social norms, and individual behavior. By examining various religious traditions, philosophical theories, and historical contexts, we will explore how religion embodies, shapes, and enforces moral framework. From ancient civilizations to modern times, religion's role in moral development has been immeasurable, offering ethical guidelines that govern both personal conduct and communal life. In ancient Egypt, religion was deeply integrated into daily life, with moral principles derived from religious beliefs. The concept of the Ma'at, representing truth, balance, and justice, was central to Egyptian morality. Pharaohs and commoners alike were expected to uphold Ma'at, and this religious moral framework influenced the legal system and social conduct. Similarly, in ancient Greece and Rome, religion also played a crucial role in moral instruction. Greek mythology and the teachings of philosophers like Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle explored ethical questions within a religious context. Roman religion, within its pantheon of gods, similarly influenced moral behavior, particularly through rituals and the concept of duty. Zoroastrianism, one of the world's oldest monotheistic religions, emerged in ancient Persia and introduced profound moral and ethical concepts. Founded by the prophet Zoroaster, this religion empathizes the cosmic struggle between the god of light, truth, and goodness, and the spirit of darkness and evil. Zoroastrianism champions the principles of good thoughts and good words and good deeds, urging followers to live righteous lives and make ethical choices. The religion's moral teachings profoundly influenced later religious traditions and philosophical systems, contributing to the broader tapestry of human moral understanding. Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, collectively known as the Abrahamic religions, have significantly shaped moral thought. Judaism's Torah provides a comprehensive moral code, including the Ten Commandments, which set forth principles of justice, compassion, and social responsibility. Christianity builds on these foundations with the teachings of Jesus, emphasizing love, forgiveness, and humility. The New Testament presents a moral vision that has influenced Western ethics profoundly, advocating for the dignity and worth of every individual. These Christian quotes from various sources emphasize the deep connection between the Christian faith and morality. Islam, through the Quran, offers a detailed moral framework encompassing all aspects of life. An amazing quote from the Islamic school of thought for this is, and I quote, "Kindness is a mark of faith, and whoever is not kind has no faith," end quote. Sharia law would also derive from these texts, outlining moral conduct, emphasizing justice, charity, and the importance of community. Hinduism's concept of duty, righteousness, action, and consequence provide a moral framework that guides individual behavior and social order. These principles are deeply rooted in religious beliefs about the nature of the universe and human existence. Buddhism offers the Eightfold Path as a guide to ethical living, promoting virtues like right speech, right action, and right livelihood. Buddhist teachings on compassion and mindfulness contribute to a moral vision that emphasizes the elevation of suffering. Confucianism, sometimes considered more of a philosophical system than a religion, deeply influences moral conduct in East Asia. Confucian ethics emphasize social harmony, respect for elders, and the importance of virtuous leadership. Divine command theory proposes that moral values are grounded in the commands of a divine being. This theory suggests what is morally right is what God commands, and what is morally wrong is what God forbids. Proponents argue that divine authority provides an objective basis for morality transcending human opinion. Critics, however, challenge this with the question, is something good because God commands it, or does God command it because it is good? This philosophical dilemma raises profound questions about the nature of morality and divine will. Christianity, for example, answers this by asserting that something is good because God commands it, and it is good because God in the faith is only good. Natural law theory asserts that the moral principles are derived from the nature of humans and the world, rooted in the philosophy of Aristotle and later developed by Thomas Aquinas. This theory argues that reason can discover moral truths by examining the natural order. Religious thought has significantly influenced natural law theory, particularly in its integration with Christian theology. Aquinas, for example, believed that God's external law is reflected in natural law, providing a rational basis for understanding morality. Virtue ethics focuses on the cultivation of good character traits or virtues. Aristotle's concept was the development of virtues like courage, temperance, and wisdom are central to this ethical approach. Religious traditions often emphasize the development of virtues. Christianity, for instance, highlights virtues like faith, hope, charity. Similarly, in Buddhism, it promotes the cultivation of compassion, mindfulness, and wisdom as part of the path to enlightenment. Holy texts play a crucial role in defining and enforcing morality within religious traditions. The Torah, Bible, Quran, and other scripture provide moral teachings that guide believers' conduct. These texts offer narratives, commandments, and parables that illustrate moral principles. For example, the parables of Jesus in the New Testament teach lessons about compassion, forgiveness, and humility. The Quran's teachings on justice and charity underscore the moral responsibilities of Muslims. Religious institutions and leaders wield significant influence in moral guidance. Clergy, rabbis, and monks often serve as moral teachers and advisors, interpreting religious texts and principles for their communities. Historically, religious leaders have played pivotal roles in social and moral reform. Figures like Martin Luther King Jr. and Mahatma Gandhi have drawn on their religious convictions to advocate for justice and human rights. Religious rituals and practices reinforce moral behavior by creating a sense of community and accountability. Rituals such as prayer, fasting, and pilgrimage serve as reminders of moral duties and commitments. Communal worship and participation in religious ceremonies foster a collective identity centered around shared moral values. This communal aspect of religion strengthens moral norms and encourages adherence to ethical principles. Religious education plays a crucial role in the moral development of children. Religious schools and programs teach moral values through stories, rituals, and community involvement. Religious beliefs continue to influence ethical decision-making in adulthood, for many religious principles provide a framework for navigating complex moral dilemmas and making choices aligning with their faith. Some argue that morality can exist independently of religion. Secular moral frameworks such as humanism offer alternative bases for ethical behavior without reliance on divine authority. Yet in practice, this seems to not always hold true. In the 20th century, atheist leaders like Joseph Stalin, Hitler, Mao Zedong killed more people than in just 100 years than the previous 2,000 years of human history. Critics also point to historical and contemporary examples of moral failures within religious communities such as corruption, abuse, and intolerance. These instances raise questions about the moral authority of religion. The Catholic Church, for example, has faced increasing exposure of sexual abuse by priests. Religious traditions have responded to such criticisms, which calls for reform and greater accountability. Many religious leaders and institutions have taken steps to address and correct moral failings, emphasizing the need for integrity and ethical behavior. The existence of multiple religions with differing moral codes presents a challenge to the idea of a singular objective morality. A quote by a great Christian theologian sums this up perfectly, and I quote, "Because of the diverse conditions of humans, it happens that some acts are virtuous to some people, as appropriate and suitable to them, while the same acts are immoral for others as inappropriate to them." End quote. Religion has played a significant role in promoting social justice and human rights. Religious movements have often been at the forefront of advocating for equality, justice, and protection of vulnerable populations. Examples include the Civil Rights Movement in the United States. Led by religious leaders like Martin Luther King Jr., these movements demonstrate the power of religious moral principles in driving social change. Religion has also played a significant role in shaping everyday views on actions such as murder, robbery, and other wrongdoings. The moral pillars provided by religious teachings have helped societies agree on the immorality of such actions, creating a foundation for collective ethical standards. Religious moral values continue to influence laws and public policy. Debates over issues such as abortion, same-sex marriage, and euthanasia often involve religious perspectives. Religious organizations and leaders actively participate in these debates, advocating for policies that align with their moral convictions. This involvement highlights the ongoing relevance of religious morality in shaping societal norms and legislation. Religion has historically served as a cornerstone for moral development, offering ethical guidelines that shape individual behavior and social norms. Through scriptural teachings, religious institutions, and communal practices, religion provides a moral framework that influences how people understand and navigate ethical dilemmas. Despite criticisms and the rise of flawed secular moral frameworks, religion continues to play a vital role in promoting social justice, human rights, and ethical conduct. As societies evolve, the enduring relationship between religion and morality underscores the potential for religious traditions to contribute to a moral, just, and compassionate world. The exploration of religion as morality reveals the profound ways in which religious beliefs and practices shape our ethical understanding and actions. While debates about the sources and nature of morality will undoubtedly continue, the connection between religion and moral values remains a powerful and continuing force in human society. The moral teachings of religions, despite their differences, collectively guide humanity towards a path of righteousness, compassion, and justice, offering hope and direction in an ever-changing world.